one of the things that I like to do is I like to first make a extremely boring version in which there are only the facts. And then I'm a big believer in having personalities in the narrative. First of all, I'm a big believer in explaining things through narrative. I think that that is one of the great advantages of being a historian, is that you can always explain through narrative, and narrative is the form of conveying information that people relate to most naturally. So the challenge for me is always first to be able to convey what I'm trying to say in the form of a narrative. And then, to the extent that I always want there to be personalities that are driving the narrative. Ottoman history is a field that tends to be reflecting the source space that is available, very impersonal. And it's a problem for the historiography of the field. So after I've sort of got the material in front of me, got the facts, then my challenge is, how can I make a narrative and how can I inject personality into the narrative? And that's, when I was writing my book, for example, I wrote my dissertation, then I had to turn it into a book. And that rewriting process was partly it was driven by using new kinds of sources that were actually from the Venetian archives. There's these amazing Venetian diplomatic reports. And those reports tell you the personalities of all of the people that are involved in the administrative documents that I had from the Ottoman archives. And so I was able to do is go back and reformulate all the things that I was saying with really one person in each case as kind of the protagonist of each of my chapters, using the information about them and their interpersonal relationships and their personalities and all of these things that I had from this body of sources that I didn't have in my dissertation. So I think that was very effective, and I used that as a kind of a permanent strategy.